going to try to talk as loud as I can. I'm going to read Isaiah 5, 1 through 7, and I'm going to read it out of the Message. It's called Looking for a Crop of Justice. I'll sing a ballad to the one I love, a love ballad about his vineyard. The one I love had a vineyard, a fine, well-placed vineyard. He hoed the soil and pulled the weeds, and planted the very best vines. He built an outlook, built a wine press, a vineyard to be proud of. He looked for a vintage yield of grapes, but for all his pains, all he got was junk grapes. Now listen to what I'm telling you. You who live in Jerusalem and Judea, what do you think is going on between me and my vineyard? Can you think of anything I could have done to my vineyard that I didn't do? When I expected good grapes, why did I get bitter grapes? Well now, let me tell you what I'll do to my vineyard. I'll tear it down, its fences, and let it go to ruin. I'll knock down the gate and let it be trampled. I'll turn it into a patch of weeds, unattended, uncared for. Thistles and thorns will take over. I'll give orders to the clouds, don't rain on that vineyard ever. Do you get it? The vineyard of God, of all the angel armies, is in the country of Israel. All the men and women of Judah are the garden he was so proud of. He looked for a crop of justice and saw them murdering each other. He looked for a harvest of righteousness and heard only the moans of victims. Amen.
Please stand for the reading and hearing of the gospel today. And the gospel is taken from Luke, chapter 12, 49 through 56. And it says, I came to start a fire on the earth, and what more is there for me to wish if it has already been lighted? Indeed, I have a baptism with which to be baptized, and how I am being distressed until it is finished. Do you imagine I came to give peace on the earth? No, indeed, I tell you, but rather division. For from now on there will be 5 in one house, divided 3 against 2, and 2 against 3. There will be divided father against son, and son against father, mother against daughter, and daughter against her mother, mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Then he went on to say also to the crowd, when you see a cloud rising in the west, part at once, you say, a storm is coming. And it turns out so. And when you see that a south wind is blowing, you say, there will be a heat wave. And it occurs. Hypocrites, you know how to examine the outward appearance of earth and sky, but how is it you do not know how to examine this particular time? May God bless the reading and hearing of his word today. Amen.